Football is officially back, and with football being back, Jeff, that means we get weekly power rankings coming out every Tuesday.
Gosh.
Last week we had our top 10. I think we were both confident in it. A few teams had to fall out, though. Obviously, like you said, after week one, it's always difficult to do these top 10s because you have to overreact to teams that are 0-1 that you had in the top 5. So let's just start with the list, Jeff. We both agree the Bills at 1.
Yeah,
that's not changing.
No question.
The Buffalo Bills are absolutely the best team in football. It's not even close. I mean, where do you start? They have a pass rush. They have good secondary play. Dynamic quarterback.
The question is, what don't they have? That's probably the better question.
Devin Singletary looked really good.
They got a good run game. Yeah, it's they're looking scary.
Buffalo, we agree, number 1 on the list.
No
100%?
question. No question.
All right.
Then after that,
this is, I think, where we're probably gonna deviate a little bit.
Definitely. Let's see.
You have. Look, who was your preseason MVP pick, by the way? It was Josh Allen. Okay.
Yep, Josh Allen.
Justin Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers won a game they probably don't win last year. And they won because of defense. Khalil Mack, 3 sacks, etc., etc. Yeah. We all know the drill. The Chargers come out hot. But I'm not going to agree with you that the Chargers are the second best team in football. For me, the second best team in football is the Minnesota Vikings.
No, here we go.
The Minnesota Vikings, look, I was high on them going into the year. I told you they would win the division. I told you they'd go to the NFC Championship game. And yes, Aaron Rodgers was a bum.
But the Vikings lit up a good secondary, though.
Yeah.
It's a good defense. Let me...
Give me your third team. Give me your third team.
Well,
what do you got, Tampa Bay?
Do we have the graphic?
Yeah, you have Tampa Bay?
Yes, I do. Can you put up the graphic, Alex? Okay, because I have Tampa Bay at 3. And the reason why I did that, and the reason why I'm swapping the Rams and the Bucks, or move the Rams down a little bit, I get the Bucks beat the Cowboys. They didn't have Dak Prescott. But as a roster, like, you can't deny that the Buccaneers, like, you saw Julio Jones making plays. You see Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. He's going to get better and better and better once he gets back. So I'm not too concerned about the Bucks. I think they have a Super Bowl roster. The question really is Tom Brady. He threw an interception against the Cowboys, but that's a really good Cowboys defense, I think. So people don't talk enough about it with Micah Parsons in that pass rush. So I think, the Buccaneers deserve to be up there. I'm not mad at you for the Vikings. I'm just saying we got to see more of a sample size with the Vikings.
Call me crazy after week 1. Justin Jefferson, number 2 overall pick in the draft. Fantasy draft. Call me crazy now, huh?
He's a dude, yeah, no doubt. I picked him in my girlfriend's dad's fantasy draft because of you.
What pick did you have?
3.
Nice.
It went Taylor, McCaffrey, and I looked at him and said, "You take Justin Jefferson."
Nice. I bet you were regretting it after Thursday Night Football.
I was a little worried. I was a little worried. But then you know what? We ended up getting it saved.
All right. Well, number 3 for me, the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
Baltimore Ravens. I had them at 3 going into the year. They took care of business against the Jets. The defense was what I thought it would be against the Jets. Lamar Jackson and the offense. I've got the Ravens at number 3. The Chargers, I think you have them a little bit high.
Oh, I don't think so.
I really do. Keenan Allen injured. We'll see what happens there. But if the defense is what they were against Vegas, I'm going to have to tell you this morning, you're 100% right. They're the second best team in football.
This is what I struggle with, is 3 and 4. I actually wanted to put the Chiefs at 3, but the way I thought about it is, this is how I deciphered these teams. I differentiated them. I looked at, if these two teams played right now, who would win? And I honestly think the Bucks just have a better roster defensively and offensively. So I picked the Bucks. The Chiefs did look good, though. But how in the hell do you have the Ravens and the Vikings better than the Chargers? The Chargers played both those teams right now.
Full context, going into the year, the Chargers, I believe on my list, were number 6.
So they're creeping up.
They were number 6. The Minnesota Vikings were at 5. The Ravens were at 3. Vikings, for me, that just confirmed everything I believed about them. An opening win. Kevin O'Connell, phenomenal. I think he will be the best of this rookie head coaching class. I wanted to move up the Chargers more. I did. The defensive performance sold me so much on what this team can be.
Right.
I'm going to wait a week. Top 5. I got Tampa Bay at 5. They deserve it. They were top. They were number 7, I believe, on my list last week.
Yeah.
The Rams, I had to push them back. They can't be a top 5 team looking like that on offense.
No, and you're absolutely right. But again, I think the Rams did shoot themselves in the foot. Matthew Stafford had three interceptions. So I didn't want to I didn't want to move the Rams all the way back into the back end of the top 10. I still think they're better than the teams behind them, to be honest with you. But again, I get it. If you want to move the Rams back to 8, 9, or 10, go ahead. But I'm moving them at 5. So
fair enough. They absolutely fell on my list completely. The Bengals, we agree at 6. We still think very talented football team. I believe they play Dallas this week. They should handle business. We both agree. Cincinnati at 6. You differentiate with me here. I have Kansas City at 7. You have Baltimore a little further back than I do. No issues, though. I think we both agree these are top 10 teams in the league. They're on the list for a reason.
Right.
This is where things get interesting. You have the Eagles at 8. I believe that's where they were last week for you. They didn't change.
They were 9. They moved up
one spot. Okay.
They beat the Lions. They almost lost.
The Rams are 8 for me. And their only saving grace is that Sean McVay, Matthew Stafford, and that defense. Mm-hmm. But Allen Robinson looks like a scrub. Cam Akers, Darrell Henderson, that whole situation, you got to figure that one out quick. Because that's looking pathetic as hell. The offensive line issues they had, they gave up 7 sacks against Buffalo. That's not a recipe for success. You have them at 5. Out of respect, I'm not going to kill you for it. I just think I saw so many things that worried the hell out of me. I was really considering pulling them from my top 10 list. That was a very concerning performance, even though it was against the Buffalo Bills, who are the best team in football.
Right.
A lot of concerns with the way they move on offense. It can't just be Cooper Kupp. You got away with it last year. Robert Woods was healthy. You brought in OBJ. Robert Woods tore his ACL. OBJ fills that role for the whole season. You get to the Super Bowl, what happens? You look great on offense, he tears his ACL. You become anemic. And it took a last-minute fourth-quarter drive to win you that Super Bowl, which the guy doing it all was Cooper Kupp, who was a Super Bowl MVP. Mm-hmm. So I'd be careful, Los Angeles. That doesn't look like a team that's going to repeat with those weapons.
And listen, I would say the same thing. I would say it last year to Green Bay when they lost to the Saints. Like, you look at week 1, you look at some of these performances, it looks ugly. But again, the Rams are going to be just fine. I mean, it's not like anybody got hurt. They still have all the talent. Allen Robinson, I think, will play better and better and better. So I'm not too concerned about the Rams. I moved them to 5. I didn't want to overreact. This is why this week is the hardest week to do these rankings, because a lot of these teams are 0-1 and you're putting them in top 5. But again, this is how I feel, so I'm putting them there.
You're killing me with... There's only one thing on your list that's killing me. By the way, I did bring the Eagles up into my top 10 along with Miami.
Trust me, I'm getting there.
Where the hell's Minnesota, dude?
That's where I was getting to. And this is
what are we doing here? What do they have to do to prove it to you?
No,
what more do you want?
No, listen.
I'll call Kevin right now. I'll tell him, hey, Kevin, buddy, my co-host here just doesn't like you.
No, it's not that. Trust me. I like the Vikings a lot. The place I struggled with them is I was going to put them 10 over the Saints. But I just think the Saints offensively, and I get the Vikings offensively have a lot of talent. But I just think with Jameis Winston... if depending on what Jameis Winston you're getting, by the way, I do like the Saints as a more complete team offensively and defensively, but they have Justin Jefferson on the Vikings. So if you want to put the Vikings at 10 or anywhere in the back end, I'm okay with that. I wouldn't have them at 2, but they deserve to be in the top 10. I can't really deny that. I mean, if you want to put them over the Saints, I'm okay with it. But the other 9 teams, I don't have any question marks about. I think the Dolphins, I'm glad you put them. Welcome to the club. You put the Dolphins in the top 10.
What'd I tell you 6 months ago?
Mike McDaniel's that guy. So we
5 months ago, I believe it was. Mm-hmm. Mike McDaniel. Not that he's just that guy. I just love him as a dude. He is such a great guy. Very chill. Look, to win at home against Bill Belichick, rookie coaches struggle against Bill. He had no issues. Right. He had no issues, and I think that is why, me personally, going into the year, I have New England where they are. 7 points against Miami. Miami's no super team. Look, they're talented, but pathetic.
Defense looked good, though.
Pathetic offensively. Defense, like always with Bill Belichick, they come to play.
Well, the Dolphins' defense.
Well, that too, yes.
Yeah. But, hey, again, guys, in the Vikings, though, I want to have this conversation because you've been high in the Vikings. They've been in your top, 4? What were they last week? You had them in top 5, right? Before they went to 2?
Minnesota was number 5 on my list last week.
And listen, I get it. The Vikings do look good. I just...
Again, you guys, whatever. You have your own list. You can write it. You can type it in the chat. I don't really care. This is exactly how I play fantasy football. I don't start my list based on last year. I start my list based on what I think and who I think will be there this season. Minnesota, and Baltimore, for me, were teams last year nobody loved.
Right,
Going into the year, there was hope for them. I'm very high on them. So far, they've proven me right. It's only 1 week, though. There's a lot of time left in the season.